everybody, and welcome. It has been a day already. I have been up half the night and then woken up very early this morning. I've been in a mood. So much is coming in on my plate. Some I can discuss, some I cannot. But I want to keep this live about this case here. So I'm going to post. Hang on. Whoops. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to put that right up there so I don't got to keep mentioning it today. I do have the indictment, and you guys your stomach's going to turn. Hello. Okay, I'll give some shout outs first as we wait for people to come in. Hello, Dog Mom. And you are very welcome. You're very welcome. And thank you for all of you that come in and support the channel. I want to thank you very much. For everybody that does the super chats and super stickers, thank you very much. It helps. It does keep me going on here. So I want to thank you all for that too. Also, my mods, thank you for being in here and keeping everything running smoothly. I'm going to start at the top here. So Dog Mom, hello. Jacqueline, Corey H., The Journey to Justice, Tennessee Mountain High, Corey H., Marriott, Cindy, Elizabeth, Muffin Top, Wiley Doodle, Crystal, Lorna, Oracle Blinn, Janica, Enos Feliciano, Nana, hello, Nana, Lisa, Shannon's, Barbara, Emily, Teresa, Sonia, Q Leonard, Aquamoon, hello everybody. Glavana, hello. So we are going to get into this. Let me just get everything pulled up that I need. So as we know, they have been, let me just get rid of this for a minute. I'm going to bring up first, they were in court this morning, so I'm going to bring that up first. 33 likes with 78 people in here. Please go and smash that like button. It lets everybody know that we are live. Good morning, Marie. Teeny Biggs, Fluffy Hedgehog, Mandy, Love Spirit, Tina. Hello. Please go and smash the like button so we can get started. Smashing the like button gets it out there in the algorithm. A lot of people aren't getting the notification, so that helps for everybody to get the notification so we can get going. It also helps me so I don't have to continually stop to update people about what is being said and what we are covering. So the faster it gets out there, the faster we can start. Thank you to everybody that is going and hitting that like button. I see the likes going up. We've got 79 in here and 53 likes. Let's go and smash that like button, please. Thank you, Haley. Like I said, once we get the likes up a bit, that means it's out in the algorithm, we will get going. So if you haven't, please smash that like button. So exit chat, live chat, go smash the like, come on back in. When you come back in, please make sure you have live chat selected at the top of your chat box so you get all the messages that are coming in. Please go and give it a like. 60 likes, 88 people in here. Come on, people, you can do it. I have faith in you. Let's get it up there so it's out in the algorithm so we can get going on this. It's free to do. I spent a lot of time getting this all set up and ready for you, so a free like doesn't cost you guys anything. As soon as we get it up there, where we're pretty much even with the people that are in here and the likes, we will get going. So please smash that like button so we can get going. Okay, let me get my screen set up here so I can share this with you. Okay, so this is from this morning, you guys. They were in court. We will be doing a chit chat and everything after I get this all out. $76 likes. Thank you, you guys. And then we will get to the indictment. I haven't seen anybody come out with the indictment yet. I will show it all to you. Okay, so Bakersfield, this is this morning, 15 months after they stood in front of their California City home begging for help finding their two younger adopted sons, Trezel and Jacqueline West on Thursday pleaded not guilty to murder of the boys. Now, I'm going to stop right there because they didn't murder them. Not physically. The indictment is going to tell you who did. We will get to that as soon as we get through this from the press right now, a presser. So they did plead not guilty. The Wests entered not guilty pleas to 2 counts of second-degree murder, 2 counts of willful cruelty to a child, and falsely reporting an emergency. They were arrested Tuesday after being indicted by a grand jury. Okay, so the grand jury has been sitting on this for months. It took months to get through everything, 50 witnesses that did present themselves for the grand jury. We will understand more of why it was kept secret when I show you the indictment itself. It's pretty interesting and pretty horrific, if you ask me. And they indicted them. Okay, so they have enough evidence to indict them. So here's Trezel here. Here is Jacqueline. They're being kept separated here. They each have their own lawyer. So Judge Chad Louie ordered them held without bail and scheduled trial for May 23rd. But given that the defense counsel has only just been assigned, that date will likely be postponed. So they were, the court assigned them these defense attorneys. So there's Trezel and his lawyer. She doesn't look none too happy. She looks disgusted, really. Trezel West is represented by Timothy Hennessy. Jacqueline West by Alexia Torres Stalling. Prosecutor Eric Smith asked that all offense reports be sealed and a gag order issued, barring attorneys, investigators, and witnesses from publicly commenting on evidence. A motion on the gag order is scheduled next week. So it's not gagged yet. So I'm going to get this out to you guys now before the gag order comes into effect. Prosecutors have said that the boys Orrin 4 and Orson 3 were killed 3 months before they were reported missing. Now, if you guys go back to my reads did say that, it came out in my reads that they were killed long before they were reported missing. Did it come out? What you're gonna see next in the indictment? Did that come out? I'm not sure if there is something in there that I might have missed or whatever, but I will have to go back and look through them, and then we can discuss that at a later date. Trezel West, 35, told authorities the boys were playing outside. We know this. So here is the prosecutor, Eric Smith. So we do know the story here that they're just going through, and that Jacqueline backed up his version of events when speaking to the media. Prosecutors, however, said information received a week later. Okay, so I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to ask you guys, what happened a week after they reported the boys missing? Do you guys remember what happened a week later? And this is going to be very important. Francis Dean, you know what? I'm not going to, if you're going to start again today with that, you're just going to be blocked, okay? You can wait until I bring the information out. I spent a lot of time getting this. So if you just want to bomb my chat like that, you're going to be thrown out. You can wait until the information comes out. A week after they were reported missing, Yes, they were seen in a sex shop. That was a while. That was like 3 to 4 weeks later. Yeah, some people just have no respect. So Francis Dean, if you do it again, you're gone. Okay, wait for, I spent a lot of time gathering this information and getting the information. So at least you can do is let me get it out before you start bombing my chat. Okay, well, I'm just putting it out there. I'm already in a mood. I've got very little sleep, and I'm not going to put up with any disrespect today at all. I will just block you from now on. I'm not even going to acknowledge it. I'm just going to block you, or I'll have my mods block you. The video from the neighbor, yes. Karen, yes. Aldo, yes. Sorry about that. I'm in a mood today. I'm going to let you guys know right off the hop. I've got a lot that was thrown on my plate today with the Barry Morphew case and what I was accused of doing there. I'm dealing with that. There's going to be something big coming, and you guys will see that too. Yes. Okay, so they did move. Yes, Lorna. The van seat. I don't know if that was burnt, Mika, before or after they came out. Okay, but bingo. Corey H. Bingo. 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 The kids were taken away, the other 4. Let's stop with that there now. So thank you, Corey. But we're going to, please don't, like, Karen, when I'm already in a mood, telling me to take a breath or calm down, that's like trying to baptize a cat. Like I said, I'm trying to let you guys know I'm in a mood. I've got zero patience. I'm trying to be as respectable as I can. I've got a lot on my plate that you guys have no idea with this court thing and maybe a court case coming at me. I'm under a lot of pressure right now. So please, let me just get this out. So Corey H., you hit the nail on the head. The kids were taken away. Okay. Also, there was some other good ones in there that I did put up on screen that the video came out from the neighbor. There was a bunch of things that happened within a very short time. The main one, Corey hit it on the head, was the kids were taken away. Like, I'm going to apologize. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm short today. I am not in a good mood. I've had very little sleep. I'm trying to, yeah, it's like, you know, the worst thing you can do to somebody when they're already in a mood and they're getting peeved off at being disrespected is tell them to calm down. It's like trying to baptize a cat. So, I mean, that's the best way I could explain it. You guys are going to see a little bit of another side of me. I'm pretty witty, especially when I'm under pressure, and I never know what's going to come out of my mouth. Okay, so with that being said, let me get to the indictment for you guys. Again, I am very sorry if I'm short. I apologize. It's not me. Everybody that knows me here, my subscribers know I'm generally pretty respectful. I have no patience right now for any kind of disrespect that's going to come out in the chat or my way. I'm going to try and calm myself down. Yes, Dana, the neighbor's video also was put out. So, but we already got the answer I was looking for. The kids were taken away. Okay. Yeah, it's like, that's the last thing you need to hear. So I am going to apologize. I am very sorry, but let's get the indictment up. Let me get into the indictment here. Okay. Hang on a sec. Let me first get rid of this. And get the indictment up for you guys. Here we go. Page 1. Okay. I'm going to blow this up for you guys so you can see it better. I'm doing my best here, you guys. Okay, so this is the indictment in the Superior Court of California. First amended indictment against Trezel West and Jacqueline West. Okay, so what you are going to see now, I'm going to say, is going to be a trigger warning. Okay? Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. I'm going to say it as many times as I need to. If you are sensitive to child abuse, to stuff like that, please, I'm giving you a trigger warning. This is horrific. Everybody, I'm giving you a chance to exit right now if you are triggered by stuff like this. Here we go. Okay, so count 1. And I'm going to explain a few things as we go through this so you guys can understand what is going on. And by no means am I saying that you guys are not understanding of it or whatever. There's going to be some people out there that don't understand the wording, how this can be. So I'm going to try and explain it the best that I can. Okay, so count 1, the Penal Code, Section 187, murder. Now, this is going to also explain to you guys why they pled not guilty to the actual murders. When I get to the point of why, you're going to understand it, okay? So we're going to go over the murder charge first. On or about September 1st, 2020, get this date right here. Whoops, damn it. Sorry, you guys. Please bear with me. On or about September 1st. Do you remember in my reading, I said that I believe that they were killed and disposed of when they were moving their stuff from Bakersfield to Cal City. That happened all the month of September, okay? And what I got from my reading was in one of those trips with them bringing their stuff to Cal City, that's when I believe the bodies and remains of the boys were disposed at that park, okay? Are they still there? I don't know. My cards are telling me that they are, but we don't know this yet. Okay, let me get through this. So on or about September 1st through September 30th, Trezel West and Jacqueline West did with malice and forethought murder Orrin West, a human being in violation of the Penal Code, Section 187A, second-degree murder, a felony. There's a reason why it's not first degree, okay? It is further alleged that the above offense is a serious felony within the meaning of the Penal Code, Section 192.7. Circumstance in aggravation. It is further alleged that the defendant, Trezel West and Jacqueline West, committed a crime that involved great violence, threat of great bodily harm, or other acts disclosing a degree of cruelty, viciousness, or callousness within the meaning of California Rules of Court 4.421. Circumstance and aggravation. It is further that the victim, Orrin West, was particularly vulnerable within the meaning of the California Rules of Court 4. Now, the circumstances are aggravating factors in the murder charge itself, okay? So these add a little bit more seriousness to the actual charge. Now, even though just reading as far as we have, we don't really understand why right now. Why are these aggravating factors to the murders? We'll get there. It is further alleged that the defendants, it should be defendants, Trezel West and Jacqueline West, induced others to participate in the commission of the crime or occupied a position of leadership or dominance of other participants in its commission within the meaning of California Rules of Court 4.421. Now, those rules deal with people that you are in charge of and that you are in a position of trust, being your children. These are all aggravating facts that they are adding. It is further alleged that defendants, Trezel West and Jacqueline West, took advantage of a position of trust or confidence to commit the offense within the meaning of California Rules 4.421. Okay? In a position of trust. They are speaking regarding the other children. Okay? Now I'm going to have it up. So let's go to the next one. Regarding the murder. On or about September 1st. Did we not just read this one? I think I got this one twice. Okay. Okay, so it's further alleged the defendants committed a crime that involved great violence, threat of great bodily violence, or other acts disclosing a high degree of cruelty, viciousness, and callousness. There's further, okay, we read that. Circumstances further alleged that the defendant Trezel West and Jacqueline induced others. We read that. It's further alleged that the defendant Trezel West and Jacqueline West, that the manner the crime was carried out indicates planning, sophistication, and or professionalism within the meaning of the California Rules 4.42, which deals with participants that are in a position of trust, that they are in a position of trust with, meaning the children. Okay. Okay. There's a lot of copying, a lot of things being said over again, because I think they were only going to put one name and then say the exact same thing for the second name, but they added the two names together. So please bear with me. See, here it is here. They took advantage of a position of trust, which means over the children. Okay. On or about September 1st through September 30th, Trezel West and Jacqueline West did willfully harm or endanger Orrin West, a human being, in violation of Penal Code 273A, a felony. The aggravating factors in that is it's further alleged that they committed a crime that involved great violence, great threat of bodily harm. So, which this is saying, or other acts disclosing a high degree of cruelty, viciousness, callousness, with the meaning under California Rules of Court 4.42, which means they threaten the other children. Okay. They threaten them with great violence, threat of bodily harm, or other acts disclosed in a high degree of cruelty, viciousness, or callousness. There's further that the victim, Orrin West, was particularly vulnerable. We've seen that already. It is further alleged that the defendants induced others to participate in the commission of the crime or occupied a position of leadership or dominance of other participants, which means they induced the other participants in the commission of the crime. So what they are saying here is they induced the older kids to participate in the commission of the crime or occupied a position of leadership or dominance of other participants in its commission within the meaning of the California rules, which means they enticed and induced and commissioned the older kids to carry out these acts, the violent acts against the Orrin and Orson, is exactly what this is saying. A lot of this is repetitive. Okay, so it's further alleged that these are aggravating factors. It's further alleged that the defendants induced a minor to commit or assist in the commission of the crime within the meaning of California rules. It's further alleged that the defendants threatened witnesses, which means the kids, unlawfully prevented or dissuaded witnesses from testifying, which are the kids, suborned perjury, or in any other way legally interfered with the judicial process within the meaning of California rules. The California rule of 4.421 is kids in their care. Okay? So once they got, so that's why they pleaded guilty to not committing the murder, because they didn't do it. They had the older children do it. Okay? And then threatened them and unlawfully prevented or dissuaded witnesses from testifying. So what we seen in the last document was they threatened bodily harm or other things that they threatened the kids with. Do not tell anybody about this or else. So they threaten their own kids too, because there's 2 other adoptive kids and 2 biological children of theirs that they threatened. It's further alleged that the defendant Trezel, West, and Jacqueline took advantage of a position of trust or confidence to commit the offense within the meaning of California rules. So right there, it shows that they used their position of trust over those children and threatened them not to say a word about what they did. Okay, so, and then it goes on to repeat for Orrin and Orson both. Okay, so on about September 1st through the 30th, Trezel and Jacqueline did willfully harm or endanger Orson West, a human being, in violation of Penal Code Section 273A. Do you remember in my reads, it came out that the boys were telling me, and this is long before I got this, that everything was taken out on them? Okay? Do you remember me, you guys, saying that in my reads? The boys felt that they were being punished for what other people did and being punished for fights. And if Jacqueline and Trezel were arguing, they had it taken out on the boys, right? Now, did it actually come out in my reads? I'm going to have to go back over them to what exactly did come out. But I do remember even yesterday, it coming out with what are the boys thinking? And the boys even said in my little mini that I did yesterday in front of you guys, it came out that the boys said there's more and it's bad. Do you remember that yesterday, you guys? Rosie, no, the oldest I believe is 12 or 13, the oldest boy. And that is the bio child. I think one's 10 and one's 12 or 13. But do you guys, for those of you that were here yesterday, I did the live read right in front of you. And it came out that Orrin and Orson West, when I asked them, what else can you tell us? It came out. There's more. And it's bad. And there's more that hasn't been told yet. Do you remember that from yesterday? Right? I don't know why they would want to kill the boys. That hasn't been disclosed yet. Let's get through this. But let's continue. So they threatened the kids. They had the kids basically beat these little boys to death by what I'm understanding from this. And then threatened them if they told, what did they threaten them with? We don't know because it's not here. I don't have the exact things. We'll hear that. Just give me a second to get through this. Does it include all 3 other children? There were 4 other children in Crime B. There was 2 more adopted children and 2 biological children. The biological children that were Trezel and Jacqueline's are, I believe, 10 and either 12 or 13. And the 2 other children are also adopted. And I believe they were like 6 and 8. Somewhere around there. Don't quote me, but I believe okay, we're not talking about anybody else's reads or anything. We're keeping this factual to what I have brought out and what I have validated. I don't need anybody coming back and saying, well, somebody in your chat said my read. No, let's not talk about anybody else's reads, please. I agree. Aldo Cat, I totally 100% agree. I agree. Hello, Dukes, and welcome. Dukes said, do you think they killed them at same time or in same place? I believe that they possibly were killed at that park or on the way to that park. No problem, Christine. I just want to keep it to what I can personally verify so nobody can come back. There's a lot of stuff going on in the YouTube community Sorry. And one of it may draw me into a court case. So I'm very particular of what I allow in the chat and what I don't. I can't speak on that right now. When we can speak on it, we will. But this is why I'm keeping things to what I have said or what I can verify or what I have verified. Amy, I agree. It's like, I just wonder how these two were able to adopt 4 children, right? Right? And we're not even finished with this indictment thing yet. Yep. So you know what, you guys? There's 6 victims here. Orrin and Orson being the biggest victims with their murders. And then we've got 4 other kids that seen, witnessed, and were forced to do horrendous things on their siblings. Yeah, sis, I don't know. Okay, so let's get back to this. Where is that? Sorry, you guys, I'm not on the ball today. Twin Mom, yes, sincere and classic. But for the record, what I'm reading right now, and you know, Twin Mom, I want to thank you personally for bringing that up, and I am going to adjust to that. And thank you to you for bringing that to my attention, because right now my mind is all over the place. From now on, I will be addressing them as classic and sincere. I have to address them the way they are called in this court document, because that's the way it's in the document. But any further readings or anything I do, I will, unless I have to, being it's in the record, that's how they're named. Any readings, they will be called classic and sincere. So thank you, Twin Mom, for putting that comment there. I appreciate it. Yeah, those other kids are screwed for life. I agree, Nana. Oh, let's not even think that way. Hello, Bubsby. I'm just scrolling through comments here, you guys, before we continue. Oh, they've messed up the other kids for life. For life. Okay, so let's continue here. So both children, because now they're speaking about, excuse me, about Orrin. Let me just take a sip of my coffee here, you guys. I all of a sudden got the hiccups. So now they are going through basically the same thing. Caught in the riptide. Do you get money for adopting? I thought it was just for, no, just for fostering. Just for fostering. So, like I said, all I can tell you, you guys, for fact is what is coming out in this indictment. I want to get through this because I don't know at what point in time they are going to put a gag on this. Because it is at the beginning of my live, I did say that I read something there where they were going to be putting a gag order on all this. So I'm trying to get it out as quick as I can. So they're talking now about Orson. It's further alleged that the defendant, Trezel West and Jacqueline West, committed a crime that involved great violence, great threat of bodily harm, or other acts disclosing a high degree of cruelty, viciousness, and callousness. It's, oh, thank you, sister. Oh, I appreciate that. I do, you guys. I do appreciate the super chat, super stickers. It shows me that you guys are appreciative of what the hours and hours and hours I've spent going over this and to bring it to you and to even find this document. So thank you. I appreciate that. I'll leave it up there for a bit. Thank you. Okay. It is further that the victim, Orrin West, was particularly vulnerable within the meaning of California Rules 4.42. So basically what I am reading between the lines is that he got the brunt of most of the abuse. It's further alleged that the defendant, Trezel and Jacqueline West, that the manner the crime was carried out indicates planning, sophistication, and professionalism within the meaning of California Rules 4.421. It's further alleged that the defendant, Trezel West and Jacqueline West, took advantage of a position of trust or confidence to commit the offense. You notice how this is changed. They've added confidence here. To commit the offense within the meaning of the California Rules 4.421. On or about December 21st, 2021, Trezel West and Jacqueline West did falsely report an emergency in violation of the Penal Code 148.3, a misdemeanor. So, thank you again, sis, for that super sticker. I appreciate it. And if you do have, I've got a lot of comments. I'm going to be scrolling back through. I'm going to pop over to, now that I've got this. Thank you, Busby. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate it more than you know. I'm going to pop to the other chat where all these will come up so I can put them up on chat. So if you do have a comment that you think is important that you want me to see, putting them in a super chat or super sticker helps because it comes up very big on my screen and I will get to it. Otherwise, I will just pick random comments to answer to the best of my ability. Okay, so let me pop over to the other screen so I can see the comments. Okay, I'm going to scroll back. Okay, so we're going to comment on this now. Thank you again for your super sticker. About the RV, I'm going to give you a little bit more of a tidbit of information that hasn't come out yet. When they were arrested in that RV, now there's a lot of rumor going around. They were trying to flee, blah, 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 because Trezel had been questioned a week and a half prior. Thank you, Christine. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Trezel West was questioned a week beforehand. So did they get scared? And, oh my God, they're on to us because there were specific questions that were asked of Trezel. Okay. So when they were arrested, in that RV, they were wearing disguises. Okay. There's a lot of people saying, oh no, they were just heading, there's RV parks and this and that in that area. Okay. Well, if there's that's all good and fine, but why would they wear a disguise? Right? Where did they get this RV? The house in Cal City is boarded up and has been basically abandoned. They were wearing disguises. Thank you, Christine, for that super sticker. So let me just scroll, you guys, and if another one comes up, I will take precedence to anything in super sticker or super chat. So let me just scroll up and see what other questions are here, and I'll just, unless you put a super sticker or whatever up, I'll just answer them randomly. I've heard a lot of, I've got to get into the rules because I've heard from a reliable source that once once you adopt, you no longer receive any money. You only receive money, I think it's for the first 3 months after the adoption. And then after that, you don't get anything else. Hello, baby Bada. I'll also give some shout outs. And like I said, I'm sorry if I don't get to your question or comment. The super chats and super stickers will take precedent. So Corey H says one of the highest paying states in the nation in this regard is if they pay for fosters. But I have been told by a reliable source that it's once they are adopted, they only get financial aid for 3 months. Whoops, I don't know what I just did there. Hang on. Okay, let me stop. Okay, sorry, you guys. I don't know what I did there. I don't know what I did. I have to open the other. I have to open the other page so I can see what super stickers and stuff come up so I can answer those questions right away. Okay, let me scroll back because I don't know what just happened there. And I will give some shout outs also. Thank you, Marie. I love you too, my friend. Thank you so much. And thank you for all the work that you do here too. Oh, thank you, Twin Mom. Okay, so let me scroll back here now. Like I said, you guys, when a super chat or super sticker comes up, I will jump right to it. So which means I've got to scroll back here to see what other... And I do have one heck of a cold again, you guys. It's from being out there shoveling all the snow. I will mute myself the best I can. Karen Baird said, or is he extra vulnerable because of his special needs? That's a good question. We will get more information, you guys, if I can get my hands on the rest of the indictment. Thank you so much, Cheryl Kumar. Thank you for your $10 super sticker. Thank you so much. I do know that one of them did have special needs. Thank you very much, Mum for Babies Maltese. First time here, but I already appreciate your hard work and time to bring it to people like me that would not know where to begin. Look, blessings. Thank you so much for your $20 super chat. I appreciate that. And, you know, you're very welcome. I've got to give a lot of thanks to my sister, too. She's a mod here, Darren D. Dauntless Detours. She helps me with a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. There's a lot of things that I can't get from Canada. It's blocked from me being able to see. So she does help a lot in that aspect. Also helps me get things set up that I just don't understand. As you can see, I still make mistakes with my StreamYards and stuff. So a big thank you for my sister too, helping me out there. So thank you for your $20 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. See, I don't, Milmax says, Teresa Townsend, didn't the grandparents say they had seen the boys over Thanksgiving? I believe that those were Trezel's parents. I don't believe a word that comes out of their mouth. I really don't. Okay, let me just go back through the comments here. As far as I know, with the house in Cal City, I do believe that now this is just my opinion. I know how it works here in Canada. I don't know how it works in the US, but I know here, once you default on mortgage payments and when you start defaulting on your taxes, they will seize your house and they will sell your house from underneath you for taxes owing. but you still owe whoever you got your mortgage from, you're still going to owe them the full amount. So I don't know what's going on there, you guys. I don't really want to say for sure what's going on because I don't know. So I do not want to put out any false information, but I do know that the house has been abandoned. It's boarded up, and I guess they have been going in up until a few months ago, taking things out that they wanted. So I don't know how much is still left in there. I don't know where that stands. Thank you very much, Eliza Fullhammer, for your $3 super sticker. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate it greatly. Thank you. Okay, so let's see what else here. Do you think their parents are involved? I don't think that they are involved with the actual murders of these boys, but I do think that Trezel's family knew that the boys were no longer alive, and that's only in my opinion. So there's a question. Do you think if they say October that the other kids may have said something about Halloween being the last time no, they were not alive as of the end of September. And that's exactly what my read said. That I believed, and it came out in one of my reads. I'll have to go and find that read. It came out that I believe that their remains, their physical body and remains were disposed of while they were moving from Bakersfield to Cal City. Let me just see here. I do believe I put that up. Let me just scroll back, sister. I do believe that I did put that up on screen, and I said thank you to Cheryl Kumar for her super sticker. I'm going to do it again because like I said, I will put each and every one of them up on screen. Yeah, I do believe that I did have hers up on screen, sister. Yeah, I didn't miss any. And this is the last one here, Eliza. I will put, if somebody gives a super sticker or super chat, I will put them up on screen. I'm so sorry, you guys. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, so let me get back here. Oh, where did that go? Okay, so that's what I was talking about. It's come out. They said specifically between the 1st of September and the 30th of September is when the boys were killed. And I do believe that they were killed either on their way to Cal City or at that park. I do believe from my reads that their physical remains are in the water at that park. Even in the read that I did live for you guys yesterday, it came out, the boys did come out with it, that said there's still so much more that we didn't know and that it's bad. Well, yeah, it's horrific. Because I didn't find this out, this information till late last night. So the information that I just brought you with the indictment, what we just seen in the indictment, was not given to me until late last night. April Miller. April Miller, let me see. No, yours did not come up. I'm scrolling through them right now. There was no super sticker that April said, did my super sticker show? Or you didn't do it right. You must not have done it right, my dear. It's not on the list of super stickers. Oh, what am I doing here? Okay, the last one I have coming up is right here from Eliza. I see on my one screen, on my YouTube screen, that Cat H just put something up there, but I can't see it yet. It's StreamYards and YouTube have been messing up so bad, you guys. I'm not seeing half the comments that are left. I will be able to see Cat H. Whatever you put there, Cat H, I can't see it on my... Hang on, let me just see if I can scroll here. Until another super chat or super sticker comes up, I won't be able to see what you wrote there, Cat H. I don't know why it's not coming up on my other screen either, but it's not. Why is that not coming up here? Cat H. I'm not seeing that on either one of my screens, Cat. Let me see. Oh, there it is here. I can see it. Thank you so much for all you do for us. You're very welcome, Cat H. It's not up on those because it's not a super sticker like it is, but it's a free one for you. It doesn't come up on my StreamYard. I did see it on my YouTube, but it doesn't come up on my StreamYard because it's a free one. So I'm sorry that I can't put that up, Cat H, or I would. Thank you for all you do for us. Thank you so much. I will leave that up there. Yeah, it was sent to me as a member message. So yeah, they don't show up on my StreamYard. So I can't put it up on screen. So I'm sorry, Cat H. I'm sorry. Okay, so let me put the last one up. I always leave the last one up unless another one comes in, and that was Eliza. Just so I know where I am. Yes, they're 100% accountable, but now I'm understanding kind of, sort of, why they pled not guilty, because they didn't physically murder them. They had the kids do it. I think the motive behind all these adoptions, you guys, is the money. Is the money. Okay, so let me scroll back up here now on my other screen. Okay. Yeah, so that's why they have pled not guilty to the murders, because they didn't physically murder them. They had the kids murder them. And I just lost my sound. Okay. Hang on, you guys. My earpod just died, or earplug, or whatever. What do you call that? Earbud just died on me. I knew that was going to happen. So yeah, so what they did, like, I'm really questioning, you guys, if you want my honest opinion. I'm really questioning the other two kids that were adopted. How long did they have them? What age were they adopted at? Were they beaten? And are these people that sadistic? You know what I mean? That they get off on having their children beat other children? Like, what, or all the anger or punishments are taken out on the adopted children? And then, like, what did the other two children go through? That's what I'm terrified of. What did the other two children that were adopted, What did they have to go through? And then did they use those two adopted children also to help with the murders of Orrin and Orson? 3 and 4 years old. This is despicable. Yes, Christine, we know this is all allegedly. We know that they've only been charged with it. But if the children, if they brought these charges, anyway, I'm not even going to comment on that because I'll just get pissed off. Allegedly, I punched him in the face and split open his lip, but it's only alleged until you show it. We got 2 dead kids. So I think it goes beyond allegedly when other children have told them what they were forced to do. I think it goes beyond allegedly. Sue me, yes. I won't even say allegedly. I will say they did it. Little kids don't have the mentality to make up a story like that. I don't even want to think about it. So I'm not going to use that word allegedly. They did it. I believe the children. I am for the victims. Yeah, adopting children and turning them into monsters. I know it's allegedly. So they say. But I'm entitled to my opinion also. And I don't believe children of that age can make up. And I mean, we haven't even heard what they were forced to do to Orrin and Orson, Sincere and Classic. We don't even know what they were forced to do to them. But when a child says that this is what they were forced to do, I will believe the child. Just like if somebody comes to me and says that they were abused or SA, I believe the victim. And that's where I have a problem with saying allegedly, because it gives some doubt. And when children come out with this kind of information, there's no doubt in my mind that it's true. Children should always be believed. So should victims. And I knew, like, when they did that interview with Jacqueline and Trezel, and he was standing there with his hands underneath his armpits, I said right away, that's him protecting himself against something. Sue me. Let me find that comment. Hang on. If they do, they just pled not guilty. Unless they make a deal, I'm going to tell you right now that yes, these children will be forced to take the stand and they will be forced to answer under cross-examination. There's no exception. I'm going to tell you that right now. There's no exception. They will be put on the stand and they will be open to cross-examination. If these people have any decency in their... They don't. What am I saying? I'm not even thinking clearly, you guys. Lack of sleep does that to a person. They're not going to save these children. They're not going to save these children from having to testify. They may even get off, and this is in my opinion only. They may get off on hearing it all over again. Well, I'm going to tell you, in Canada, when a child has to be put on the stand, what they do is they put a net in front of them. It's like, you remember in the old days, our old computers, where you could hook on this black, like fishnet, not fishnet, but stocking nylons, you know, our old nylons women wear. A black stocking like thing like that you could put over your monitor to cut down the glare. They have something like that, but it's more dense. So, so they don't have to be directly seen by people in the court. Oh no, I'm 100% right that if they take this to trial, a trial date will be happening very soon because this is going directly to trial. Do not pass go. Do not collect $100. It's going directly to trial. There's no pre-trial. There's no nothing. They're going directly to trial. I believe that there was a May date that's been set for trial, May 28th, I believe. But that is probably going to be put off. But that is to keep it within the rules. They have to set a trial date within a certain amount of time. Now, if the defense requests longer time, then the clock starts all over again. And I believe it's a 6 month in the US. I believe it's a 6 month window that they have to bring it back again. But that will be allowed, and the prosecution will not be punished for that if it's the defense asking for it, because they're entitled to a speedy trial. So if the defense can't get their crap together by May 28th for the trial to go ahead, they will have to put in a motion to put the trial off. Now, if the defense does that, then that restarts the clock. I don't know. I don't know when the adoption, I think they adopted them in 2019. So I don't know. I haven't looked deep enough into it, but I have been told that once they're adopted, they only get paid for 3 months after the adoption, and then they're on their own. Okay, just give me a second, you guys. March. Oh my gosh. May. Okay, May. Okay, wait, let me get back to March here. March 8th. Well, motions are on March 8th. I am gone all afternoon on March 8th, but April, May, I'm going to write it in. May 23rd. I know that is going, I'm not going to put too much information in on it because I know that trial date's not going to go ahead, but they had to set a trial date to keep within the rules of speedy trial. We'll see what happens, sis, with that. I can't give anybody else access to my YouTube. It's against the creator YouTube rules. Yeah, that's going to change because the defense is not going to be able to. I mean, I don't know. It may go ahead. I don't know. I think we all want to spare the kids from having to sit through a trial, but I don't think Trezel and Jacqueline are going to do that unless there's a really good deal made for them. Okay, let me just scroll back here while I was doing that. Like I said, unless they're a super chat or super sticker, I will just pick comments at random. Dana Mayer, yes, there was 50 people that took the stand in the grand jury hearing, and the kids were in that. it started, the grand jury stuff started not long after the kids were taken from the home. They started putting the case together. When Bakersfield took over the case, that's when the grand jury convened. And it took months and months and months to go through everything, because they don't sit every day like a pretrial. They sit maybe 2 days this week, 3 days next week, 1 day the following week. They don't sit in succession like you do in a pretrial. So it could take 6 to 8 months if there's a lot of info for a grand jury to hear everything in the case. But you best bet your boots that the children were brought in front of the grand jury. They have evidence, so we don't know what that evidence is going to be. That's all I can say. I know they have statements. I know they have electronic evidence. I don't know what else they are going to present. It wasn't in the indictment. The part of the indictment that I got, the explicit details, I did not get that part. Okay, let me just scroll back up. Like I said, you guys, if you have a specific one that you need answered, you can put it in a super chat, because there's a lot of questions here. I will get to the ones that I can get to, unless they are in super chat or super sticker form. Yeah, they have. They've been through a lot, these kids. The older kids were the biological kids. The oldest ones are the biological kids of Jacqueline and Trezel. The oldest was either 12 or 13, and the other one was around 10. The other two adopted ones were around 6 and 8, I believe. But I do think that one of them is going to make a deal to give up where the remains are to get a better deal. Right now, on second-degree murder, it's 30 years to life that they're looking at, plus the other charges. I think one is 6 years. So they're looking at 36 years to life. Just give me a second, you guys. Sis, I just sent you a message. Yeah, I've got quite a few mods in here, sis. Okay, I got you. Go pick her up. Okay, I'm going to ask that if there's direct questions to me, please don't let me answer them if there's questions, so we don't get any misinformation out here. Mods included, please don't be answering questions. I don't want things getting jumbled where somebody's getting wrong information or something. Please, if they want the questions answered, if I can get to it, I will. Yeah, DJ, you're going to have to go back, my dear, to the beginning because I showed some of the indictment. Okay, so let me just see for other questions, please. Laurel's Heart, I'm sorry, hon. I did try to get everybody to click the like button so notifications would be sent out. I put it on Facebook, Twitter, on my community tab. I don't know why some people are not getting the notifications. I don't know. Thank you, Alma. I appreciate it. Oh, you do, Corey, with Twitter? Yeah. Yes, the biological children are the oldest. Okay, let me just scroll back up through the comments, you guys. And like I said, unless they're a super chat or super sticker, I'll pick out ones that I haven't answered yet. Yeah, DJ, you'd have to scroll back to the beginning, my love. So a question was asked. We don't know about Trezel's life before Jackie, unfortunately. Yes, I'm hoping that. Well, thank you, Alma. I appreciate that. Dana Mayer, let me just scroll on the other page and find your comment here. Okay. I do believe that one of them is going to give up something for a deal. I do believe it. Elma is saying that it's her that texts you. Hello, Doug. Thanks for being here. I don't know, Doug, how much you've heard of this. Do you want to come up, Doug? Because Doug was boots on the ground there when this was all going on. I'll see if I can get him to come up. Doug, do you want to come up on panel? Let's see if we can get Doug to get up. Who wants Doug to come up? Everybody put it in the chat. Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes. I will share the link. And then we will have you come up. There we go. We're going to have Doug come up. And that is for Doug only, you guys. I'll pin it to the top, Doug. And we'll get some more going on with what happened around the time, because he was boots on the ground there, you guys. I think this is one of the first things that I worked on with Doug. It's thanks to Doug. He went and checked the best he could at that dog park. So, yeah, I know Doug said 5 minutes. I'm giving him those 5 minutes. I just put there he is. Show me your face, Doug. Oh, that's Vicky H. Let me get my headset on, you guys, so we don't got any feedback here. Hang on. I got to get my headset on. If I can find it. There it is. So that way we don't got no feedback. Okay, give me a second, you guys. I've got it pinned, sis. You don't gotta send it. I got it pinned to the top. Somebody just tried to come in and the live started, Deb, about an hour and 20 minutes ago. You missed a lot. I put the indictment up on the screen and we went over it. There was, I didn't know about StreamYard. I left. The reason I'm going to leave it there until he comes in, sis, is because I don't know if he's going to be on his computer or his phone. If you text it to him, he won't be able to access it. If he's on his computer, it'll be on his phone. So if he wants to use his computer. Okay, I'm just checking for other questions that are here. Like I said, if you have a specific one, you guys, you can send a super chat or super sticker so it lights up on my screen and I can see it. There's a lot of comments here that I'm way behind in, so they do take precedence. Hey, Kimmy. So we are awaiting Doug to grace us with his presence. Now, like I said, there was a lot that he's seen there. He was right up to that fence and everything, you guys. That's okay, Vicky. It's okay. No worries. No worries, my dear. No worries. I almost got to see your pretty face. There he is. There he is.
Hello, hello. How are you?
How is Doug today?
Oh, man. I'm glad I caught you.
I'm glad you did too. It's always nice to have you and your expertise from being boots on the ground.
Oh, man. There's just a man with a camera and compassion. That's all I am. I was lucky to be out there. Man.
What do you think? Did you see where I brought the indictment up?
I actually covered it last night. I read the whole thing out on a video, and so I'm pretty familiar with it.
What do you?
I'm in shock. I mean, to imagine these parents had their other kids kill these kids.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I've got goosebumps right now.
I got goosebumps from head to toe. Like, even try to read through that when you're used to going through court documents and stuff like that, you can kind of read between the lines on some things. So for like just normal everyday people to read that, they'd be saying, okay, well, maybe they beat up the other kids or something like that. But when you know what you're looking for and you can read between the lines, a whole new picture comes about.
Yeah, it says they had help. You know, they hired you know, somebody and you know, to be a party to the crime and to listen to them as the leader. You know what I mean? It's pretty much what they're saying. They were the cult leader of how this happened, right? They orchestrated it.
Yeah, they basically dictated to their kids what they wanted them to do to these babies.
Sickening. How these kids are going to need therapy the rest of their lives.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up in mental institutions in their later years because they will have flashbacks of this. They'll have PTSD.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. And like as soon as their parents get sentenced and they get older and they realize their parents aren't ever coming home and why, um, it's gonna be more traumatic as well. Like because they're so young, they don't even understand at this point, or if they do, they're so traumatized that they're not sure what they did. You know, they're like,
Yeah. Well, I think it's funny the way that things fell out because it's like if you look at it was a week later that the kids were removed, and then it was a week later that apparently this indictment or whatever started when they called this hearing together, and it lasted, they said, over many months because they don't sit every day all day long.
there's a reason there was scattered searches, right? Like when we were out there and we didn't see any other cops searching.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I saw one time them dressed as like workers for working on the road, and they were searching that way. You know what I mean? That way they could be left alone since everybody was following every search and everything that was going on. But a lot of that was, I'm sure they figured out in that first, I don't know, 20 to 30 days at most, that they already knew that these kids were maybe never made it to Cal City or had gone a few months before.
Yeah. Well, I still believe, like, looking back now, I'm going to have to go back. I never rewatch my reads, but after what came out yesterday and then finding this out last night, it's like, I remember yesterday I told the viewers, I says, there's subscribers, I'll do this live. And we did. And there was a lot of good questions that were asked, and we asked, like, what else do you have to share? And it came out that there's so much more.
Right. When they say the neighbors weren't talking, that's not true. The neighbors just weren't talking to anybody else.
Right. No,
right?
I'm talking about the read I did yesterday live on my channel.
Oh, okay.
I asked in there, I said, Orrin and Orson West, is there anything else? Like, what else do you want to share with us? And in that, the cards came up that they said there's much more that we don't know yet. There's still more. There's more secrets. So
there's going to be more. I think there's going to be another arrest too. I think there's another.
I think there's going to be between me and you and the wall and every sub here. We'll say it that way. I think that there's going to be maybe 2, maybe 3.
Maybe you should ask your cards if Jamal Watkins knew.
That's coming, my dear. That's coming. That's coming. Because I do believe that all of Trezel's family knew that the boys were no longer alive.
Hell, Jamal put up $30,000. That's a roadblock barrier, right? That's it's a good inclination that, oh my God, they really want to find their family and their kids. But like that $30,000 was put up by somebody in the family who has power, right? In the publicity world.
And the money to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I mean, it's all good. Okay.
But did he know?
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna say something right here. You're gonna treat my guests with respect, or you can leave. Any mods, if there's anything ignorant or something like that, just get rid of them. Thank you, Julie, so much for that super sticker. I do believe that they knew the boys were no longer alive. I do think that.
Yeah. I think we all knew that.
There's no way that they, like, with what's come out now, okay, you got to think about what we know now, that these boys, I do believe that they were killed in that time span that they were moving from Bakersfield to Cal City. I still do believe, I'm going to do an updated read, but I do still believe that they're in that park. And did you know, Doug, I don't know if you heard this yet, did you know that when Trezel apparently was out looking for them that night in the van, when he did that little run around the couple blocks there, that a neighbor asked him what he was doing, and he said, I'm looking for 2 black dogs?
Wow.
Yeah.
In the dark?
In the dark. He's looking for, when he went out, like, you know how he said that he went back in, the kids were playing with chalk. He went back in, he came back out, they were gone.
Right.
He went back in and searched the house, and then they searched the yard. Then he jumped in the van and took off.
Yeah. And he drove around.
Right. Right. And then came back up and around the other way. I guess one of the neighbors had said, you know, what are you doing? And he said, I'm looking for 2 black dogs.
Why would I don't know why he would say that.
Why would he say that?
Do you think that maybe the person misheard them? Instead of 2 black boys, he heard dogs?
Boys are a lot off of like 2 black dogs.
Well, does he have a mask on? I mean, was he driving around with a mask on? Was it kind of slurred? I wasn't there, but I'm just saying, if it was something that was possibly misheard, like, why would he say 2 black dogs when possibly they're going to be questioned for this? I'm just assuming he would have said 2 black boys so that there would be somebody that says that, right?
Right. But what struck me when I heard that comment, that he apparently said, now we don't know if it's true or not, but that's what was said. And it was on a verifiable place that it was said. If that is what he said, the first thing that came to my mind is my cards have said that they're in that dog park.
You know, they drained that Central Park several times, and I went there several times, and I went back to the spots that we looked, back to the drainage several times, put the GoPro in there, and they drained it. And I spoke to some of the workers there, and that place had been drained since. You know, the water was up and it had been down, and you know, when I went there the first time, it was all the way up, and then it went all the way. Remember, it got drained all the way down.
Well, I know it was not as high at one point as it was at another point. Like the levels dropped, but it was never drained.
Right, but it was down far enough to where you could see if a body was in it. I mean, it literally had maybe half a foot of water that you could see, maybe to a foot at most, but like you would be able to, the water wasn't too murky at that point to be able to see into it. It was like a light green.
Well, I don't know why I keep being drawn to there then, and why the cards are still saying that.
Well, it could have happened there, right? The boys could have done it there.
Or it could have happened because you were there at the spot. Like there's two ball diamonds, and at first you were at the wrong side, but then you did go to the side that I was saying that was in question, and you could see that the trees hang over into the water and everything there. There's a lot of coverage there where he could have parked the van there, took the boys over, and be hidden from public view. Can I tell you something?
That if it happened when they expected it to happen a few months before, right? They could have been looking at that house. They could have been in between. And do you know how much desert is in between Tehachapi, Bakersfield, and in Cal City alone? Their best bet would have been just going anywhere out in a desert area, just throwing them, and the kids would have been probably picked up by animals or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, why close to the house at that point?
So they could keep an eye on it to see if they were found. See if people were getting close. I don't know. All I know is what the cards were telling me. And
no, I get it.
So did it happen there, and then they took them somewhere else?
I mean, because that place, a lot of that, there was a part of the golf course that's closed off, and if I was back there, nobody would know you're even there. You know what I mean? There's swampy, and I even felt my leg. Remember, I fell into the water at one point.
Yeah. Oh my God!
It was like right back. It was right back there. Like you couldn't see anything, but yet it'd be so easy to tuck them underneath the side of the muddy slope that the water's going up against.
And with all the weeds and everything else there, I mean, there could, even if the boys are not physically there, that's where it could have happened.
Right.
Because it is so secluded from the rest of the area there. Could they still be there and up underneath or in the weed bed?
If properly laid down there, right? Because the gases in the body, once they come out, like the body will come up to the top, right? And so you have to
and then a couple of days later, they sink back down. So
you'd have to make sure that because there's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of stuff in that water, a lot of brush. where things would get caught up on, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of coverage over a lot of that water. That's just a soft cover. If you step on it, you're going in, or if you do anything, you're falling straight down through it. But
Yeah. Well, I know there was somebody else that had gone there. I forget who it was now, but somebody else had gone there and they sent me, I'll have to go back through all my emails and everything. And they said, like, I can't get, like, they can get to the area, but there's like an overhang where it's just constantly growing. And as the water's hitting up against it, it gets hollow underneath, kind of sort of like the edge. So it makes like, if you step on that, you're going to go in the water with a lot of brush and everything there, where she couldn't get in there to search without physically going, to the bank and possibly falling in.
right.
So she says there's a lot of spots there that they could be. And like you said, once the body starts decomposing, the gases of the body will bring that body up to the surface. And this isn't just with children. This is with any body. They will come up to the surface for an amount of time, usually a couple days, and then they sink again. Now, if they've sunk again and they've gotten caught up under that brush and long weeds and everything else, they're small bodies. They could be in there still. You know what I mean? And without physically getting in that water, you would never know.
Man, I just have a feeling they're just in a small grave somewhere, and it's not in water or anything like that. It's
That could vary.
just a small grave out in the desert somewhere underneath a cactus or wherever. You know what I mean? Just something like
That could very well be, Doug. And like I said, I keep being drawn to there. It could be that's where they did it.
And I searched so many ground areas on foot, so many miles on foot, in Cal City and in Bakersfield and droning. And I could tell you, like, man, there's so many like possibilities. Everywhere in the desert looks the same, right? Once you start looking
Yeah.
around, you're like, hey, crap, have I been here already?
Yeah.
You haven't yet, but that's why we mark our areas, and then also we're marking our spots that we were looking, which helps with with green tape or whatever color tape you could see, as opposed to putting up like a little rock that may just look like any other little rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well,
yep.
some of your drone footage was really good. Like
Thank you.
it was like I was impressed. Like I've seen some others that have, professionally done drone work, and it was like you were up there. Like,
You know what people are mad about is that I went up there to search. That's what I went up to do. I wasn't there to find friends, make friends. I was there to find answers.
yeah,
And if people are going to be pissed off because I had to leave a certain group of people because they wanted to search at the apartments and in the hole at the apartment, and just right and instead of doing stuff that I needed to do, like the droning and actual search for myself and go to these areas myself.
yeah,
If people want to be mad about that, then that's their problem, right? I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to find answers for these cases, and if I find the friends along the way, I don't have a problem like bringing, having Willow since day one. She's been one of my best friends on YouTube along with Des, right?
uh-huh.
Especially during this case, you guys were a big rock for me. You guys always checked on me, made sure I was okay. If I needed anything, you guys were just amazing, along with a lot of other people. But you guys stood out to me in the very beginning and always were there
Aw.
for me. So I really,
You're gonna make
truly
me
appreciate
cry.
that.
Stop it.
I truly, I'm being serious, 100%.
I appreciate that. And like I said, you've been there since the beginning, and it's not about we're not in a competition here, you guys. We are here to help each other, hopefully boast each other up.
Right.
Like I could not imagine Doug being out there in a desert like that. Like you don't want to be there to begin with. You know what I mean?
Alone too.
Alone
like,
to
at
boot.
any time. Yeah.
In a hot desert, and it's like you're doing this for one purpose, is to find these boys. And I mean, I just can't fathom doing something like that, number one, alone, and then having the added pressures of everybody condemning what you're trying to do, and find other excuses. Doug's the one that took them, and like I heard every single thing under the sun. And it's like, if you don't like what somebody's doing, just leave them be. You know what I mean? Leave them be. They're there to do what they need to do, what they feel they need to do. Leave them be. And it got hard sometimes to watch the attacks that were going on, not only against you, but against others. And it's like, aren't we all here for the same purpose, to find these boys?
That'll continue to happen. But here's the deal. Like, if you keep your head down and don't let it bother you and keep working these cases and keep doing what you're supposed to do, that other stuff either fades away or they try to get louder, because they either hate that you're getting views, or hate that you have a voice, or hate that whatever the case may be. When there's enough voices and enough views on YouTube for everybody to have, and plus there needs to be enough theories and enough options for us to look at, as opposed to just these 1-2 people running a narrative and running up their Cash App
Well,
and their
the thing
PayPal.
is, there has to be a difference of opinion. So maybe this person didn't catch this, but this person did. And with difference of opinions and understanding things and seeing things and, hearing things differently, you can put all that together and a picture becomes much clearer. But when you got people fighting what other people are doing, and it's like,
it's called gaslighting.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, where does it start and where does it end?
It ends when you just don't let it keep coming, right?
Exactly.
And you keep proving people wrong, because that's what you got to do to make it right. And you just don't keep talking about it. There's a point to where people want to stop hearing it, because true crime is not
Right.
not about the drama, right? But people who only know that turn it into things like that, right?
Yeah.
So I wasn't willing to, and I was willing to take the beating, and I was willing to take all the pounding, and and today I'm still here, aren't I? Over a
You got
year
big
later,
shoulders,
I'm
Doug. You
still
got
here.
big shoulders. And what it basically comes down to is you didn't let it stop you. What you wanted to do and what your intentions were going out there was to help find these boys. Whether you found them or not, you deserve so much credit for even giving of yourself that much for people that you don't even know. You know what I mean? And it's like, how can anybody sit there and condemn anybody for going out? And I don't care if you searched
I felt like those kids
somebody's
were
backyard.
mine. I felt like
Exactly.
they were mine, to be
They
honest with you.
become, thank you, Julie. Julie says, in my opinion, Trezel's family, Jamal and mom, they are up to their necks in the aftermath. I believe they're in more than just
Wanda and Jamal.
Wanda. And I mean, there's reasons why they reacted the way they did too. And we've seen it in many of these cases, how one word can be taken out of context or one word can blow your cover.
But let's talk about this. Let's talk about how the kids were always at their grandparents' house, right? The other kids, the ones that supposedly did this, allegedly, right?
Right.
We're told. Like, you'd have to think that either at Jacqueline's mom, when they were there, or at Wanda and Phillips, at some point, those boys would have said, "Listen, mommy and daddy made me kill these other two brothers," or something, right?
Well, don't forget though, they were threatened by the way that indictment was written.
Right.
They were threatened. Now, we don't know what those threats were. Were they threatened, if you open your mouth about you're next, you're going to be beaten? What did those other two adopted kids go through before it was passed down to Orrin and Orson, Classic and Sincere? We don't know what kind of threats, and children of that age are terrified. These are people that are supposed to be there to protect and love them. If they're being threatened and they're seeing what abuse Orrin and Orson are getting, they're terrified and they're not going to open their mouth. And I don't know. I think these kids.
So was this about the money? Was it about them getting all the stimulus checks and having these kids in there? What was what's the motive? What's the motive here?
I don't know.
Isn't that the weird part? Is I still can't figure out the damn motive.
Me either.
Unless it's stimulus and having them. Why? Why not just take them to a fire station? Why not just give them back? Why?
Exactly.
Why?
If you got in over your head, which I had 4 kids.
Get back.
My youngest kid now is 36. And I'm telling you, when they were young, they were a handful. Can you imagine 6 boys? I had 2 girls, 2 boys. Imagine 6 boys, and they get rambunctious. And that's just boys. Girls can too. But I'm saying, if it got to a point where you took on more than you could chew, then give them back.
Or if you can't communicate with them because they're nonverbal and it's not for you, give them back.
Give them back. Right. I don't see any reason. You've already got the money that you got. Now you've adopted them. Now, I haven't been able to look into it too deep, but I did get some from a verified source that once they're adopted, they only get 3 months from then on. Now, whether that's California law or not, I don't know, but I heard that they only get 3 more months after the adoption of financial aid. Now, being that one was special needs, there could have been an agreement reached out that they would take care of the special needs for that child or whatever. I don't know. That would be, stuff that would be done that we wouldn't know about. So even
I want to see them somehow put to death. I want to see them stay in jail a really long time, but then I want to see them take their last breath in my lifetime for what they've done with these kids and how they had these kids do it. Like, I really want the worst for Trezel and Jacqueline more so than anything in this second right now. I
yeah,
really, really want, and I don't think that way a lot. I don't really want to see bad things, but like I want some bad things to happen to these people, whether it's in prison or in jail or something. I want people to take from them what they took from these boys. That's what I want.
but you gotta the way you got to think about it though, Doug, is these people are not human. These
Sick.
people are evil. These are the evilest of evil that walk this earth. These, I can't even fathom calling them human, because what they did was far from human nature. You know what I mean? Humans protect little children, 3 and 4 years old. The 3-year-old toddling around still, basically. You know, it's like defenseless.
They were still in diapers. They were still like diapers. Like,
so it's like, no, I can't even call them humans. And we can't expect from them any rational thoughts or thought processes, because they're not normal. This is not normal.
this should be a quick trial, to be honest with you.
I hope it is. And I hope, I never want anybody to get a deal, but if it means bringing these 2 little boys home, give one of them.
Oh, fuck them. Fuck these 2. Why don't you give the other people who are involved the deals, right? If there's or other adults involved, I'm sure they'll tell.
I don't know if there's
Somebody
other.
else knows.
What I'm saying, not regarding the abuse and the deaths themselves, but I'm talking about the disposing of the bodies. I don't think that they would trust anybody else but themselves to dispose of those bodies, because those bodies now to them, those remains, Doug. Wait a minute. These remains are their ace in a hole now. Hey, if you want to ever recover these bodies, we want a deal. This is their ace in a hole. I can't see them giving that, handing that to somebody else and putting that in somebody else's hands.
You don't think that Josiah was asked by Trezel to help? Do we know this yet? I don't even know if we know this yet.
I don't know.
Everybody thought he was the one walking the dog with Philip that day, right?
Yeah.
But it was actually Josiah, not Trezel. So
I don't know, Doug. I don't because I can't think like these people. You know what I mean? So it's hard to
me neither. I mean,
even guess. You know what I mean? But from what I'm seeing and the evilness from these 2, I don't think that they would put this in somebody else's hands. I think they wanted full control. You know what I mean? So by them themselves,
possibly even just one out of the 2 of them, right?
Right.
Just, yeah.
I believe it's Trezel that got rid of the physical remains. I don't know if Jacqueline even knows where they are.
I don't think so either. I think possibly just one, if not the other. But I was just wondering, because who we look at also, we have Jamal's side up in Florida, and then we have Josiah down here, Wanda and Philip of that family that we saw. So, I mean, obviously, if there was anybody to help, it would have had to have been their family, and then Jacqueline's mom, right?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I seen that you did send me a couple of those emails from the one brother, I think.
Actually, it was from Jamal Watkins. I actually emailed him 2 days ago.
Yeah.
See if he'd get back to me, but not yet.
Not yet. I don't think he will. Not now that they
probably not. I mean, obviously.
Now see, here we go with my T-brain memory. Did you also hear that when they were arrested in that motorhome, they were wearing disguises?
What were they wearing? Clown suits?
I don't know. But
like, what are you gonna wear?
Who knows?
Donald Trump masks? Like, honestly, what? It's not us, people. It's not us. It's fantastic. You guys can go now, right?
But no, it's something that was, because apparently before they got arrested, the police had gone and questioned Trezel again a week or so before, or a week and a half before.
Keep an eye on them, right? They already knew what they were going with this. They wanted to make sure they weren't fleeing or running. And it being in a motorhome, you are mobile and can go anywhere. I'm sure they were getting ready to take flight.
Right. So I believe that they were watching them, and being that you know, I believe that they were being under 24-hour surveillance because we all know what happened with.
They were under 24 hours leaving, right? Because look at Larry Millette. Like, he was at the bank trying to get his money out, ready to take the boys and just disappear. And they got him at the bank, right?
Yeah.
They went and got him. Like, they
Yeah.
were watching. They knew exactly the timing and knew what they needed to do. And they knew how to keep them here long enough to make them think they were innocent, right? They were using them to make the, hey, we just need one more question from you, and then that should be it.
Oh, they were playing the game.
Oh,
they were playing the game, and they played the game. How does that saying go? Something about the fool trying to fool you as you're fooling them back. You know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, the police knew what they did. And they also, don't forget, the police also knew that there was this secret hearing going on.
Right.
For an indictment. So it's like, keep them, you know, let's just keep them under until we get a ruling on this. And then when they got the indictment, it was like, okay, well, you know, when did this motorhome come into play? When did they get that motorhome? And then when they're stopped to be arrested, they're in disguises. They're disguising now we don't know what kind of disguises they were in. Did Jamal, did Trezel have an afro wig on or dreads on, or, you know, there was some kind of disguising.
Like he probably looked like Bob Marley, right?
Or Stevie Wonder, I can't see you, so you can't see me. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Well, he didn't see this divorce coming either, just like Stevie didn't see his. Right. Now it's back to blind dating, I guess.
That's it, eh?
Literally.
Hello, Justice Janie, and welcome everybody.
You guys.
Hello to. Hang on a second, Doug. I got to say a hello to. I'm not going to call her Baby Lucifer, but my little niece wants me to give her a shout out and say hello to Bailey. Hello, Bailey. That's my little niece. That's Dez's daughter. So everybody say
Bailey.
Hi. There you go. So yeah, it's just been, to me, it's been a cluster, you know what, for a long time. I think that, like you said, the police were constantly had them under surveillance, watching every move they made. And then I don't know when this RV came into play, but they must have seen, hey, you guys, you know, like we gotta move on this. They now got an RV. They're heading this way. Whatever way they were going, where they decided they were going to go with that RV, I don't know. But then when they arrest them, they have kind of disguises on of some kind. We don't know what those disguises were, but they were trying to alter their appearance in some way, shape, or form. Hopefully, so if anybody, like, you know, rolls up on them, they're not going to recognize them in this motorhome. I don't know.
Do you remember when I was searching campsites and we were looking for a white van?
Yeah.
Jacqueline was staying in a white van, right?
Yep.
And Trezel was actually staying at home because he still could.
Yeah.
I think when the heat got way too bad and he got finally kicked to the curb, they upgraded from the white van, since they both needed to be in something now, and they got the motorhome. So I'm going to have to say anywhere from like 6 to 8 months ago, and I'd have to assume that they've had that thing.
I don't know. Because don't forget, they had that little apartment too in Bakersfield. They had an apartment there.
Well, that was the Casa Loma. They had it, but they had already moved out of there.
No. Not the one that they were living in before they bought the Cal City home. When they left Cal City, because people were throwing bricks and everything, they went back to Bakersfield and they had an apartment for a while.
Right.
So I don't know when this motorhome came into play. I got to look into it to find out exactly when, so we're politically correct, because, you know, people will jump all over us.
That's what I'm saying. I guesstimate it to be 6 to 8 months, because how long could one person or two people live in that van, and they needed more room, and eventually have to move out of the area because they know it's coming, right? So they're going to have a place to where they need to get off the map, out the grid. And that, you know, they didn't need to waste all their money renting a place, right? With rent so expensive right now, they probably, you know, left that apartment due to like monetary value and bought a motorhome.
Where did they get the money for that? Because from what hang on a minute, Doug, we got a message for you. Can you see chat?
It's not moving, but yeah, I can see chat.
Des says, no thanks, investigate. She said hi, the niece. Says hi, Doug, and to give Winston kisses for her. She wants to see Winston.
I will. I'll text you guys some pics.
There you go.
I was so used to seeing her all the time and seeing her daughter all the time. She was coming on my show, so I miss Desi too. I mean, Desi's awesome.
I had Des up yesterday. She did a spirit box after I did my little mini live read for everybody regarding this case. We did do a spirit box, so we're gonna have to go over that. slow it down and see, because a lot came out, Doug. A lot came out.
I love your spirit boxes, Des. Fun.
Yeah, she's into that big time. I have a hard time with it. Like, I don't generally use stuff like that, but if she's going to come on and use it, it's her using it. She knows what it's all about. I try and stay away from it.
Good. She's good at directing it too while showing the camera and turning on and off. So I can tell you, I agree.
Yeah, I leave all that to her.
Leave it to the pros.
That's it. So yeah, the Cal City house now, all boarded up, been basically a ghost house because there's no movement there. I was saying earlier, I don't know how it works in California, but I know here, once you fall, I think it's 3 months behind in your mortgage and taxes, they seize your house and sell it for taxes owing.
It's different during COVID out here and all the other stuff. There's a lot of different stuff with rental laws and housing laws out here right now. So due to the Rona, virus. Yeah, people are staying longer than they should, all kinds of things, and nastiness,
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that house. And it's like, I don't know anybody, me personally.
Do you remember AV News Crew was out there like a couple weeks ago, and they were doing like, somebody was out there with a video camera, and there were some cops out there, and they're like, well, wonder what they're doing here at the house in Cal City, right? There was like, I guess AV News Crew last week or something, there were some cops over there and at that house, and I'm like, they're probably just doing some finalization stuff, last documentary, last footage, whatever they need for their crew or training or whatever. And that just seems like a week later we have this now, so it's weird. We did see some movement there last week, and again, I think it was just the final stuff they needed to finalize over there for film training or whatever.
Was it cops that were there, or
yeah, there's some cops there, yeah.
Oh, well, I'm wondering too, were the police, like, I don't know. I haven't seen any of that. I don't really have much spare time. I pop on, like I try and always pop on into your lives when I can, but I'm in different time zones. So most of the time I'm snoring by the time you're on, but I really don't have a lot of time to watch anything else other than the ones that I follow.
I changed my whole show schedule to now based around your time frame.
Well,
so, you'll always be awake now. Don't worry.
I love you. But yeah, so it's like, I'm wondering too, because there's other people that did mention some kind of movement there. And I'm wondering, okay, so I do know that they're basically never going back there. And this is before they were even arrested. Did the police go there with maybe real estate agents? Like, who all was there? Like, getting some pictures or whatever? Are they planning on putting it on the market? Like, and they wanted police presence for their safety. I don't know.
I suggest if anyone's listening in Cal City, tear that shit down and the junk house behind it and rebuild.
Yeah.
Right. To get that nastiness out of that neighborhood.
Like, I personally, I don't care if you offered me that house for $50, I wouldn't buy it. Like, I just couldn't.
Well, you'd have to. I would buy it for $50, but who would you sell it to? Who would you sell it to? That not have a bad feeling in your stomach.
Yeah.
I would buy it for $50 and tear that shit down.
Yep. Yeah. Right down to the ground. Burn it down.
Right. Burn it.
Get all the evil. Right? Burn the evil out of it.
I'll fly Des out and she can do a spirit box at it while we're burning.
There you go. Right? Well, I am planning whenever I can get a passport and crap, hopefully, and the snow. If you could see the amount of snow, you can ask Des. It's almost up to my shoulders. Wow. I've been out there shoveling for days and days, and it's just like, and I just got a notification we're getting freezing rain on top of it. So, but once the snow gets down, I think I'm going to drive because it's pretty close to me where Des is. It's about a 6-hour drive, I guess. And I told her I want to get out there, meet some of my mods, like get a central place where everybody can meet up and get to meet some of these people, especially people that I've been working with on cases since day one. And
when you drive, I'll fly. How's that? I'll make
you fly. I'm not crazy about flying, but I need to renew my passport. My passport's been expired now for about 3 years. So I'm going to have to get a full new passport. I can't just go and renew it now. They want, and pictures. I don't like getting my picture taken. So
I got to get one too. So we'll get it done together and let's plan it. Let's really do it. I would love to get out there.
Yeah. Like somewhere central that we can all meet up, and I'll fly with Des if we're going to fly. We got to get a central place that everybody can meet up. And that, I mean, it'd be good to get to meet people in person that are solid, you know?
So Vegas it is. Vegas it is.
Vegas
On,
it is.
right?
Here, Willow, you're losing all your money today.
I gotta go there to visit the rest of my money from in the past anyway.
Mortgage my house to get back home.
It's the only place you can go in a $30,000 car and come home in a $100,000 bus.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's like you got to mortgage your home to do it. So it's like
I just go there to visit my kids' college educations at the tables. That's it. That's all. It's fine.
Well, you guys, Des just said I got to renew mine too, but Des, you don't need, well, you need a passport to get it over here into Canada, but you don't need a passport to fly around in the US.
No, we should be good.
Yeah, like I don't need a passport if I want to go from, I'm in the Ottawa Valley area in Ontario. If I want to fly to BC, I don't got to have a passport as long as I'm flying within my own country.
Right.
But if I want to go back, and I used to be in and out of the States all the time. And then they come in with the passports. I got the pass, but I need to renew it. I'm a procrastinator at this age. Like I don't even remember where it is.
They have a real ID now we need to get, or a real ID or have a passport. And it was supposed to be October of 2022 or 2021. We were supposed to all have it. But now, since the virus and everything, they extended to 2023 that we have to get it. But we all have to get either something that's called the real ID or have a passport to be able to travel.
Well, like driver's licenses and that in the US, do you have your picture on it?
Well, a driver's license can be turned into what's called a real ID, and it says real ID on it. And it's got all the stuff like a passport within it. It's different than just your actual California driver's license or a California ID. So, okay. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I had.
I don't want to go anywhere. Everywhere's a mess. We're all fighting. We should all just stop the nonsense. Everybody, make love, not war. Hit the bed, not the floor. Right.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. I hate it when I hit the floor because then I got to get backup in to help me get up.
Right.
Getting down there is no problem. It's getting up. I have bones cracking that I didn't even know that I had.
Right. Why's my rib in my shoulder? Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
What the hell is my knee doing over there?
Well, Willow, I just absolutely adore you, and I love you guys, and thank you for having me up. I'm glad I got.
I love and adore you too, Doug.
I have to get back. I have a few things I have to get done, but I just want to say thank you so much for being around since day one. You too, Des, and I'm so happy we're still here 14 months later together. And
exactly,
I adore you guys. So thank you so much for having me.
Adore you too, and thank you for coming up and sharing. Some of your insights of what you've seen. Feet on the ground, boots on the ground.
That's right. I'm chairs on the floor now. I'm good here.
Chair on the floor. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Ass on the grass. Okay, Doug. Thank you.
All right.
Much love. There you go. Scroll you both because I'm 37 Nim, even worse shape. Oh, God, you guys. So, yeah, I do. I remember when Doug was out there and going with the drones and everything else, and he got some pretty good footage there. I was actually very amazed. He got some better stuff than the professionals did. So, but for U.S. mods and chat, flights to Las Vegas are always reasonable. There you go. See, I would drive into my sister's state, and then from there I would fly with her. I can't drive for very long periods of time because I got a broken back. So it doesn't really slow me down any, but after 6-7 hours sitting in a car, you start feeling it. Other than that, I don't know. I don't think the doctors told me the truth. Because they told me over 20 years ago, if I didn't get this operation, I wouldn't be walking in 5 years. And here I am, 20-something years later. I feel it sometimes, but nothing that I can't handle, so. Uh-oh, I missed a conversation somewhere. Alma. Okay, let's see. Shelly J says, Alma, I don't know how to tag. Shelly, in where you text, where you post your comment, put the @ first and then the name of the person, and it highlights their name. Yeah, I don't trust anybody that doesn't like animals either. Well, thank you, Styles. Thank you, Styles by Malls. Your name sounds familiar for some reason. It shows your biceps. I am going to start doing some on-camera stuff, you guys. Not today. Like I'm going on like a couple hours sleep. But I will start doing some where I pull myself up. Most of the time, there's no real need for it because then I'd have to change my camera and everything because I'm usually doing reads with my camera. Love you too, Summer. Elma, I agree. I agree. Yeah. Sarah, they say that if an animal doesn't like somebody, take notice of that. They have this instinct when somebody's not a good person. So anyway, you guys, I think we've brought out almost everything that we could bring out today. If anything more does come out, you know I will be on it. There's certain people that can get texts through me because at usually 7 p.m. at night, my time, my phone is on do not disturb mode, except for a few contacts like my son and stuff like that and my sister that it allows to let theirs come through. So I do get updates and I do get, even though I'm behind because I'm on the East Coast, some things come out later at night. I do get updates on that and I get emails. So as soon if there's anything that really is important that can't wait till the morning for me, always check my community tab, because if I'm in bed half asleep and I get something that's verifiable, I will throw it up there on my community tab. So I want to thank each and every one of you that are here today, even the trolls. I'm in a little bit better spirits now. This morning did not start too great for me. And it's just been one thing piling on top of another. There's big things that are happening in my life behind the scenes that involve somebody I consider family. There could be some big court issues coming our way. So we are trying to prepare for that too. Stalls by Mall says, I'm a regular on your channel, just been taking a break. Yeah, your name looks really familiar. So welcome back. And everybody needs a break. Family first and yourself first. You got to take care of yourself, because if you're not good with yourself and you're not good, then you can't be good anywhere else, right? So, and everybody needs a break every now and then. So with that being said, you guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, for contributing your comments, your thoughts. Like I said, even to the trolls, like maybe they're trolling today because they had a bad day. I know today I had a bad day. So I apologize for being a little short today and a little, like I said, I'm going on a couple hours sleep. So I'm going to be in bed early tonight. That's for sure. Where on earth are Trezel and No Mom getting their money from? Who knows? I'm sure that will all come out. So with that being said, you guys, thank you very much to my mods. You guys are the best. You rock. Thank you to Doug from No Thanks Investigates. If my sister can put up his link, feel free to go on over there, give him a subscribe, and check out some of his stuff from the Orson West case as well. He's got some really good footage there. And we're going to have to, thanks, sis, like just put our crap out there. I'm deleting your comment because I can. Thank you to everybody who sent in the super chats, the super stickers, along with your questions. I appreciate you. And thank you to everybody for being here and for your support. Thank you for all who have subscribed and joined memberships. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like I said, again, I'm sorry if I was short today, but I had a really bad day. Thank you, Sensible Crying. Just Janie, hearts right back to you, my dear. Okay, so with that being said, you guys, I'm going to let you guys get back to what you were doing. I love you, Ermuda. I was just saying the only one's getting snapped at. Yeah, my sister was throwing more shit at me, and I'm going to say it, more shit at me, and I hadn't even opened my eyes yet. After only 2.5 hours of sleep. It's like, sister, why? But anyway, we got through it. So, with that being said, you guys, until the next time, please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Love you to the moon and back. If anything does pop up, please keep an eye on my community tab. If I can't come live, I will post it there. Shelly J, prayers are still coming your way, my girl. I know that you're in my thoughts. Okay, until the next time, you guys, take care of yourself. Stay safe. Love you to the moon and back. Bye-bye for now.